Mass deportation is a bad idea that places America last, and if you think it helps our country, you're wrong. In this video, I'll be breaking down nearly every reason why it fails, and by the end of the video, I'll have any honest person convinced. If you know someone that supports mass deportation, send them this. They've been sold a lie, and this video tears it apart. Here's a first fact. Undocumented immigrants help the economy, and mass deportation is detrimental to the economy. First and foremost, undocumented immigrants pay over $100 billion in taxes on the federal, state, and local level every single year. And they don't reap the benefits from it. Section 8, EBT, Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security, those are all benefits that they're ineligible for. So when they pay taxes, they're actually disproportionately subsidizing the benefits that citizens receive, not the other way around. They also account for an estimated 8.3 million individuals in the American labor force. And they're actually more likely to participate in the labor force than American citizens, meaning they work harder. And this leads us to our next fact, which is that undocumented immigrants contribute $400 to $500 billion to the American GDP every single year. So you might be asking yourself right now, well, Dean, why does this matter? Well, it makes mass deportation incredibly expensive. Think about it. If we deported every single undocumented immigrant in America, we say goodbye to the $100 billion per year that they pay in taxes that our government could be using to make our country greater. We say goodbye to the $400 to $500 billion that they contribute to the GDP. All of a sudden, our economy will grow at a slower rate. And don't even get me started on what would happen if we forcefully removed 8.3 million workers from the American labor force. American industries would be crippled. When you forcefully remove millions of people that make the goods that we use, buy to thrive in America, what happens? Our productive capacities go down and our manufacturers get less efficient. Not to mention that when an undocumented immigrant works a job, they get paid, and then they spend that money in the American economy. So American industries are crippled not only because we're forcing millions of people out of the labor force, but also because on the consumer side of things, all of a sudden there's less people spending less money. So for all of these reasons, mass deportation is truly placing the American economy last. And now that I've demonstrated to you that mass deportation would weaken the American economy, consider this. The weaker our economy is, the higher level of poverty we have. And the more poverty we have, the more crime we have. So in other words, mass deportation will literally lead to more crime. Is that placing America first? And keep in mind, everything that we've discussed so far is just the economic implications of mass deportation. It doesn't begin to talk about the humanitarian concerns of ripping apart families or deporting immigrants without due process for prisons for terrorists in El Salvador. And this also doesn't begin to explore the fact that ultimately I believe that our government is responsible for a lot of the undocumented entry into America. Think about it. Nobody wants to be an undocumented immigrant. They can't get a loan to buy a house. They can't file for a tax return if they work as a W-2 employee. They don't have access to benefits like Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, etc. So ask yourself, why do they do it? It's because the legal means of entry into this country are simply unattainable.